Kenyan football has always been full of dreams, from the dusty pitches of Eastlands to the roaring crowds at Nyayo and Kasarani. Every generation had its heroes, men who carried not just a ball, but the weight of a nation's hopes. We sang their names. We believed in them. And then silence. They shined brightly, then vanished into shadows. Today, we are bringing back their stories, the forgotten heroes of Kenyan football. Some made it to Europe's grandest stages. Others lit up our local league, and all of them taught us that talent alone is never enough. Stay with me till the end, because the last story will leave you questioning, how did we let this happen? Let's begin with a name that once echoed across Africa. Menace, the Menace, Oliech. In 2004, a young Oliech shocked Ivory Coast with a stunning goal that qualified Kenya for the Africa Cup of Nations after a 12-year absence. Overnight, he became a national treasure. His raw pace, explosive power, and fearless finishing earned him a move abroad. First to Qatar, then to France's Ligue 1 with AJ Auxerre, where he faced giants like Lyon, PSG, and Marseille. For a moment, Kenya had a striker on the same pitches as Didier Drogba and Thierry Henry. But behind the glory was a storm. Injuries slowed him down, club disagreements and financial missteps drained him. At one point, Oliech even admitted he had spent most of his football fortune. Once the face of hope, he faded from the headlines. Yet ask any Kenyan football fan who saw him play, and they will tell you, no striker has matched his natural power since. Oliech remains a hero, even in silence. From dusty pitches in Nairobi to the grand stage of the UEFA Champions League, McDonald Mariga wrote history that no Kenyan has ever matched. In 2010, wearing Inter Milan's number 17, Mariga was part of Jose Mourinho's legendary treble-winning team, lifting the Serie A, Coppa Italia, and the UEFA Champions League. Imagine it, a Kenyan standing on the podium in Madrid, medal around his neck, confetti falling. For millions of Kenyans, this was proof that our talent could reach the highest level. But glory was short-lived. Injuries haunted him. Transfers to Parma, Real Sociedad, and lower-tier clubs followed. Eventually, the dream career fizzled out. Back home, many young fans don't even know Kenya had a Champions League winner. Today, Mariga's name is more recognized in politics than football. A legend, forgotten by his own game. Then came Allan Wanga, the striker who had it all. Clinical finishing, aerial power, and a warrior spirit. At AFC Leopards, he became a fan favorite. His goals in the Kenyan Premier League gave fans hope that the Leopards' golden days would return. Wanga took his talent abroad, playing in Angola, Vietnam, and Sudan. At one point, he was even scouted for trials in Europe. But despite his hunger, he never quite broke into the top leagues. Why? Injuries slowed his momentum. Football politics dimmed his chances. Instead of leading Kenya to greater heights, he returned home, where his talent was respected but underutilized. For fans of AFC Leopards, Allan Wanga remains a king. But in the wider story of African football, his name is barely whispered today. Another prodigy, lost to the cracks of the system. Strikers get the headlines, but goalkeepers carry the weight. And Kenya has had warriors between the posts, men who are now barely remembered. Arnold Origi, cousin to Belgium's Divock Origi, was one of Kenya's best exports. For years, he played in Norway, becoming a respected name in European football. His performances against giants like Nigeria gave Harambee Stars pride. Yet today, his name rarely comes up in conversations about Kenyan football. Before him, there was Francis Onyiso, the rock of Harambee Stars during the 1990s and early 2000s. Match after match, he stood tall, making saves that kept Kenya alive. Onyiso retired quietly, his legacy buried under the struggles of the national team. Two men who gave everything, but never got the glory they deserved. So why do our heroes shine brightly, then fade so fast? The truth is painful. Lack of football infrastructure, poor management, corruption and politics in the game, and the reality that talent without support cannot survive. These men gave us moments of magic, but without systems to protect their careers, they fell into the shadows. The tragedy is not their failure. It is ours for not building a structure that allows heroes to rise and remain. Menace, McDonald Mariga, Allan Wanga, Arnold Origi, Francis Onyiso. Their stories are not just football stories. They are lessons. Lessons about resilience, about missed opportunities, and about the urgent need to support the next generation. The forgotten heroes of Kenyan football must never be forgotten again. Their legacy still lives in every child chasing a ball across Nairobi's streets, Kisumu's dusty pitches, and Mombasa's sandy fields. This is Sports Pace 4, where football stories live forever. Subscribe today because the next story might just be the one that inspires the future star of Kenyan football.